Krishna. So, dear devotees, Merry Christmas, and let us begin. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuttapada Kamalang Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sarvetam Savarutam Parijana Sahitan Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitangscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Anmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvijay Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And to all of the assembled Vaishnavas and to all Vaishnavas, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And Ashapurna, we saw you for a few moments. You looked like you were busy doing something, but good to see you. Yes, always busy, Govinda, Govinda. In the ashram, are you in the temple?
I'm at the Brooklyn Temple in New York City. I come up here for a few days a week, go back home, because it's hard to have association in New Jersey. So this is like the more ideal place.
Okay.
But I'm in New Jersey.
All right. Well done, you. Very good. Dandavat.
Dandavat.
And Indu Baladevi Dasi, we are waiting for you to come within a few hours. Is that correct? After 2 days.
Yes, Maharaj. Dandavat to all devotees. I arrive on 28 for Vyasa Puja of Srila Govinda Maharaj.
And you stay 28 night and 29. Yes, okay.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Chaitanya Devi Rasi informed that she hoped to come, but was not able to come. And then Chaitanya Moy, just so you know, I spoke with Andrea, because Andrea was going to Rome. And I thought perhaps he's there by car, but he went by train. So I thought if he'd gone by car, he can come up, pick you up and come up. Because he told me he's going back down. First of all, I was thinking, oh, this is a solution, because he said he's going back again next weekend. And then he's just going and coming up. But he's going both times by train. So I tried to find a way for you to come. Okay, I know you're doing the translation. Okay, so Chaitanya Moidit is doing the translation into Sanskrit, not Sanskrit, Portuguese for the Brazilians. And everything we are doing is based on Sanskrit and Bengali and English, in the sense of the Sanskrit is the Vedas, Bengali is Mahaprabhu's language, and the language of the current of Vaishnavas coming from Rupa Goswami all the way through to our present day grand masters of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. So the Sanskrit, Bengali and English, because English was the language also. Bhaktivinoda Thakur preached in English. He wrote some things in English. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote in English and preached in English, and extensively Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj. Extensively they gave in English. Even as Gurudev said, Srila Guru Maharaj gave in English what he was not talking, what he was not saying in the Bengali section, except within a closed circle of senior Vaishnavas, his, you say confidential circle. So in English, don't think that our Western language is less, or that communication must only be in Eastern language. because in English, directly from the mouth of the great saints of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev, then we have got direct nourishment of the spiritual nature. So Chaitanya Maharaj is translating not into Sanskrit, she's translating into Portuguese for our Brazil section. And by the way, I must first say that, we've got Malati Priya here from Brazil. Malati Priya, Hare Krishna, good to have you with us. And lots of devotees today, I'm just looking around, are with their families. And Devashish Prabhu is with his family, Saraswati is with her family, and it is natural. It is fine, it's natural. And it is a family day in the good tradition, you can say, of offering gifts and receiving gifts. But this, of course, is in the mundane sphere, but it is showing that family bondage and family friendship. But in the Vaishnava school, the ways of reciprocation with the Vaishnavas are offering gifts and receiving gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, and offering prasadam and receiving prasadam, honoring prasadam. So, we can see that there is something of the Vaishnava good tradition in many of the traditions in the world. And Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj both gave credit to the Christianity of what Jesus taught, not necessarily what is taking place today in the name of Christianity, because as Gurudev said, we can't agree that meat eating and all these other things are acceptable. So, Jesus' teachings not exactly followed, thou shalt not kill, do unto others as you do unto oneself, etc. But we must always focus everywhere, including our own line. We must always focus on what is being given, the substance, and not what it becomes diluted to be. And Srila Prabhupada, we read fairly recently, Srila Prabhupada, in one commentary, one purport, was saying, and he wasn't naming the Christians, but he was perhaps indicating there, saying now in the world people don't admit that animals have souls because they want to eat them. But the very nature of life, is what is a soul? It's the conscious part of the living entity. Anyhow, Devashish Prabhu is sending his obeisances to everybody. Saraswati is sending their obeisances to everyone, but they are doing their family social duty, which is all fine, and they won't be able to be with us today. And I think others are also doing family social duty too in different places where they can. And here in Vila Govinda Ashram, some of the families have come here for prasadam and for being with the devotees in the devotee family. And also Manindra Krishna Kanta, they spent a little time with their families, but their first priority was with the devotee family and then with their families. So, dear devotees, today we have a theme. Devashish Prabhu is always very expert at giving a theme, and the theme today is try to make your heart a fit place for Lord Krishna. Try to make your heart a fit place for Lord Krishna. And we can say various things on this matter, but we've just come through from the bhajans, and then the reading is taking place. But in the bhajans here in Vila Govinda, every evening, then they're singing one of the parts of the three parts of Gopinath by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. The first part being Gopinath, Mama Nibedana Shuno. Gopinath, my prayer, please listen. So anyway, Gopinath, Mama nivedana shruno. Then there are 8 verses in each part. And today, then we sang, I have Gopinath here, the song in front of me, the second part. And here, well, we can read bit by bit. But the second part, Gopinath, Gutchao Sangsara Jwala. Oh, Gopinath, please remove the torment of worldly existence. Avidya Jatana Aronahi Sahe Janama Marana Mala. I can no longer tolerate the pain of ignorance and the repeated succession of rebirth and death. It will come soon and we will understand. Oh, repeated, yes. Then Gopinath, second verse, Amito Kamera Dasa. I am the Kamera Dasa, the servant of lust. Indeed, O Gopinath, I am a servant of lust. Worldly desires are awakening in my heart, and thus the noose of fruitive work is beginning to tighten. Then the verse which is saying about Krishna coming into our heart. Gopinath, Kobe va jagibo ami. When will I wake up? Jeev Jago, you know, Jeev Jago, Jiva Jago, wake up. So Kobe va jagibo ami. When will I wake up? Kama rupa ari dure te agibo hridoye spuri betumi. When will I wake up and abandon afar the enemy of lust? And when will you manifest yourself in my heart? Then Gopinath, Amito Tomara Janna. I am your person. I am your man. I am your devotee. Tomara Charya Sangsara Bhajinu Bhulya Apanadhana. But having abandoned you and thus having forgotten my real treasure, I have worshipped this mundane world. ... So try to make your heart a fit place for Lord Krishna. These prayers to Gopinath are giving us some indication that we are inviting Krishna to come into our heart. When will I wake up and abandon afar this enemy of lust? And when will you manifest yourself in my heart? And we are told that lust and desire in this material world, desire for things, for all sorts of possessions, this hankering in this material world, and envy, greed, anger, all of these they've been given as the doorways to hell and not glorified. Everywhere we see that those who are able to control their senses and control the mind which is behind everything, then they are given praise throughout the whole of Srimad Bhagavatam, throughout the whole of the scriptures, not those who are more able to exploit, more able to do this and to do that. And so opposite practically of what is considered as successful in Kali Yuga. So first of all, we've got this second part of the Gopinath prayers, which is inviting Krishna to come and sit in our heart. But with that prerequisite that when will I clean my heart so that the Lord can sit there? And then in part 3, the next part of the Gopinath prayers, in the 6th verse, so I'll read the 5th and then 6th. The 5th verse, O Gopinath, how shall I make any advancement when my mind has come under the control of the powerful senses and does not abandon its attachment to materialism? O Gopinath, after sitting down in the core of my heart and subduing my mind, please take me to you. In this way, the horrible dangers of this world will disappear. O Gopinath, you are Rishikesh, the Lord of the senses. Seeing me so helpless, please control these senses of mine and deliver me from the dark and perilous worldly existence. Hare Krishna. So all throughout the theme is that of abandoning all the things of the material world and inviting the Lord into our heart. And in Srila Guru Maharaj's book, Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, volume number 2, I do believe, maybe it's volume number 3. There is a chapter which is entitled, it must be volume 2. It's not volume 3. There is a chapter which is entitled, Invite Vasudeva onto the throne of your heart. Something like that. Invite Vasudeva to the throne of your heart. There we are, I've got it here. And this is Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, volume 2. So, our heart, it should be a place for the Lord to sit. It should be a clean place. And in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is an extensive description of the Gundicha Marjanam. This is the cleansing of the Gundicha temple before Jagannath comes on his very famous Ratha Yatra, the journey by that big Rath car, the big car, from the Puri temple, his temple, to the Gambhir, the Gundicha temple. And all year the Gundicha temple, the altar is empty. But when the Lord is going to come at this time, when he comes to Gundicha, then Mahaprabhu showed the process of cleaning the temple and especially cleaning the altar to make it a suitable place for the Lord to come and sit. And there, the example of this cleansing is given, that this is the Mahaprabhu showing the cleansing of the temple and the cleansing of the temple room, the cleansing of all the area around, and the cleansing of the altar. And there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj describes that Mahaprabhu, he is engaging in this cleansing and illustrating that this is the way the devotees have to clean the heart, so that the heart will be a suitable place for the Lord to come to sit. In other words, to make the heart clean and invite the Lord to come into our heart. So try to make your heart a fit place for Lord Krishna. And I do have a couple of quotes, and our translators have those quotes with them. Now I need to go back to find those quotes, which I have given. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Every time is chanting Krishna time. So Krishna, 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 hey. Okay, so this is a quote from Srila Guru Maharaj, and it's the first of the 2 quotes I sent to the translators. So Krishna is for himself. So this is Srila Guru Maharaj speaking. Krishna is for himself, and everything is for him. What value does anything have in bringing satisfaction to the Lord? Okay, what value does anything have in bringing satisfaction to the Lord? It's a question, like, what value does anything have? So then Guru Maharaj says, we are to learn how to calculate how much something can contribute to Krishna's satisfaction. We are to inquire and know that. How much can something supply satisfaction to Krishna? How much can it be used in Krishna's interest? We must convert ourselves into agents that look for Krishna's interest in the environment. We are to search out Krishna's interest, Gauranga's interest, and give up our self-interest of different types found in different layers. And that is the main thing. And that is Diksha. And that is what is wanted. Krishna must be allowed to sit on the throne of our heart, where the ego is now. And according to him, to Krishna, we will try to look at anything and everything. Hare Krishna. There we are, the Veda in English coming from Srila Guru Maharaj's lotus mouth. So clear for us. Our ego is now sitting on that throne. It's there in the heart. But instead of the ego, we need to have Krishna. Instead of our interest, we need Krishna's interest. So anyhow, this for me was a very beautiful expression. We must, how much can something supply satisfaction to Krishna? How much can it be used in Krishna's interest? We must convert ourselves into agents that look for Krishna's interest in the environment. We are to search out Krishna's interest, Gauranga's interest, and give up all our self-interest of different types found in different layers. That is the main thing. That is Diksha. And that is what is wanted. Krishna must be allowed to sit on the throne of our heart, where the ego is now. And according to Krishna, him, we will try to look at anything and everything. So we will become truly Krishna's agent. All right. And one more quote, and this quote's from the Loving Search for the Lost Servant, and may be familiar to some of you. Somebody has a microphone on somewhere, but it's okay. You're being very quiet with your microphone on. Okay, so this is from Loving Search for the Lost Servant, so it's also Srila Guru Maharaj speaking. Krishna says, Vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedyo, that all the Vedas are intended to reveal me, the infinite. So that's what Krishna says. Then Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, they, means the Vedas, mean to show how the infinite is moving. If I analyze one atom within my fist, I can analyze it again and again and reanalyze it to no end. It is already within my fist, and yet it is infinite. So it has been said that we may get the maximum benefit by surrendering. Krishna says, give up all your prejudices and the limitations drawn from the limited world and be open. Then it will be easy for the infinite to cast different shades of light on your soul and your knowing faculty. And then it will be easy for you also to cleanse your plane of understanding. Cleanse your glass, the mirror of your heart. Hare Krishna. And you all know Chaito Dapanam Marjanam Baba Maha Davagni Nirvapanam Shaya Kaira Vichandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vadanam Pratipadam Punamrita Shvadanam Savatma Snapanam Parang Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Cleansing the heart so Krishna may enter. And Srila Guru Maharaj in another place explains how when we are covered with the lust, greed, and all of these things, when we are covered with all the modes of nature, but especially the tamagun and rajagun, ignorance and the passion, then Guru Maharaj describes it as looking through fog. We can't see things clearly, we're covered. We're covered, we're looking through fog. So to make our heart a clean place for Krishna to sit is the duty of all the devotees. And that verse, Chaito Dapanang Marjanang Baba, that is the verse which is the first verse of Mahaprabhu's Shikshastakam. And there, the first effect is that by chanting the holy names of the Lord, then the mirror of our heart will be cleansed. And then we will be able to go step by step into the upper plane. So the holy name is our friend, and the holy name and association with the Vaishnavas are the two most powerful things which are going to help us. Hare Krishna. So invite Vasudev, invite Krishna onto the throne, to the throne of your heart. And it's the very first chapter, by the way, of Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, Volume 2. So there's a whole chapter on this theme from Guru Maharaj. Cleaning the heart, inviting Krishna, and making our life successful. All right. Good topics for a not a Hare Krishna. Merry Christmas. A Merry Christmas Day. A wonderful topic. Clean our heart. And by the way, this morning, as we do, we chant Japa and chant Gayatri, but I was seeing the church over on the other side of the valley from the ashram here. And I wanted to look at it in the daytime because I'm not very sure if I saw correctly. But certainly the church and the churches, they represent Jesus. They have definitely got some representation of Jesus. And I was thinking about today being Christmas Day. It is at least honoring his appearance day. And he was a very influential person. Otherwise, how is it 2,000 years after his appearance? Then people are giving attention to his words and his teachings and his 10 commandments and the hallowed be thy name and so many parables, so many things which come from the teachings. And just maybe 3 days ago, and some of you may also have heard this because it's in a audio that we recommended that devotees listen to from the 3rd of March 1982 of Srila Guru Maharaj. And I believe it's in that audio. Then Srila Guru Maharaj is saying something of the glories of Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And he says directly, he said, and it's not only like 2,000 years ago and in previous times when there were great personalities like Jesus, who gave some essence of love of God and how we should be a servant of God. And he said, and he gave directly Srila Prabhupada as the example of what Srila Prabhupada did in 5 short years to make the whole world Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious. So we are in a very special age now where, as Jesus made a big change in the consciousness of the world for people to become God conscious, but for time, place, and circumstance, he wasn't giving much description of God's appearance and daily activities, if you like, and so many things. But he's giving the foundation of Vaishnavism, the worship of the personality of God. But as he made such a big impact 2,000 years ago, Srila Prabhupada has made such more impact right now, and we've come just at this time when Srila Prabhupada has done this. Srila Guru Maharaj has reinforced and developed it, and Srila Govinda Maharaj has made what Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj have given, made that solid and clear and understandable to all of us, the fallen souls of the world. So Srila Guru Maharaj was saying, not only in the time of Jesus and Jesus' time when some great influence was done, but in the modern day, this is taking place. And I also thought this morning, thinking, because it's Christmas, we can't avoid knowing it's Christmas because we are surrounded by people who know it's Christmas. And I was also thinking, seeing that church, I thought, if we had a temple like that, we'd be very happy. And there are so many churches around. So it's a great credit to Jesus and what he has done. But as Srila Guru Maharaj points out, that we can stand by what Jesus taught, but how it is practiced today, how this is taking place today, that may be some questionable part. And as Gurudev said, we can't support when the basic principles of basic religious life are being ignored. And Srila Prabhupada too, focusing on that point of especially meat eating, killing innocent animals for the satisfaction of the tongue. Hare Krishna. And by the way, the priest in this church here is very favorable to the devotees. And his heart is very soft, and the devotees know him nicely. So that's also happy for us. And therefore we are favorable to the priest. If we have gentle dealings with the world, we'll get gentle dealings back. It is also natural. And this also comes in the realm of giving honor to others. As Srila Gurudev said, what harm for us to give honor to others? Whatever they have captured about spiritual life, about God, then they're presenting that to the world. They are continuing in some way. And good nature, we'll see the good nature in everyone. See if we can convince him to be vegetarian. I don't see why not. Actually, it's just so logical. It's so straightforward on a religious basis. And here, it's a country of pets, people keeping pets, for sure. In fact, maybe the whole of the Western world is. And so when you keep pets, you can understand they've all got nature. Even the ugliest dog, for those of you who have ugly dogs. We have a neighbor here who has really ugly dog. I mean, he doesn't look like a handsome dog, but he's got full character and full everything. and and happiness, joy, sadness, lazy, hungry. We see all the nature. We see all that kind of nature. And so in a country that loves animals, that loves pets, surely it's not difficult to see that we should not be then deciding to eat them, eat the animals. All right, so I'll pass the microphone over to Devashish Prabhu or to Saraswati, but to somebody in London, because they're all having their Christmas dinners and Christmas gatherings with their families. Ananda Sarupini, you are in London. Who else is in London? I'm looking to see, I'm not sure. From Ananda Sarupini to everybody, my Dandavat. And happy Christmas. Oh, thank you very much. Would you like to say something to Ananda Sarupini, Didi? Kindly.
Thank you for, yeah. Hello, everybody, Maharaj. Yeah. I was thinking about typing something, but you've asked me, and I'll try to get my words clear because I can get a bit tongue-tied. Can you hear me okay?
Very loud, very clear. You have a good microphone.
Oh, okay.
Even to the extent he can ask you what brand is it, because it's actually very good.
Lenovo, and it came through the university. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Something. Yeah, so it's a bit new, yeah. I was thinking about two thoughts actually. So they might be, yeah, I don't know if it's a bit stupid or the second question feels more like important. But one of the questions I was thinking, as you were speaking earlier about the theme of cleansing the heart, I'm possibly asking this almost maybe more for preaching purposes or something, because I was thinking about that theme, and in terms of how we have our practice where we cleanse externally also for Gayatri and offerings and all those practices, and it's probably such a sort of gross, stupid question, but how can if the point is the internal cleanse, then what's the exact purpose of the external cleanse, apart from the fact that I feel an intuition about it, and I believe, like you and all the people that tell me to do it? How can I explain to someone who might ask about that? That was my did that question make sense? And I have another question as well. Was it?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but if I answer what I understand, then you can say, is this what you were asking?
Yeah.
That is external cleanliness and internal cleanliness. We want to be in a clean environment, and this is also the mode of goodness. The mode of goodness in the material world is cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And when we are in a clean environment, then we will also behave in a clean way. And by the way, we notice that nowadays they make the public trains and things like very white and very clean. This way, the people who use them, they're not so inclined to write graffiti and stub cigarettes out on the benches or something. But if you have somewhere which is kind of dirty, then people are automatically doing dirty things and not giving respect. So external cleanliness of the body also makes us want to behave in a clean way. But cleanliness, I mean, in many senses, we can say that the Western world is a lot more clean than India, in many, many ways like that. Like most people's kitchen floor or even bathroom floor is like very perfectly clean. Whereas those who have been to India may find the kitchen floor, considerably less clean than the bathroom floor in certain ways. So, India is a bit of what's an oxymoron? Not sure if that sounds right, but anyway, it's not necessarily the best example of everything. But external cleanliness in our environment we should try to keep. But internal cleanliness is the most important, because if we just wearing clean clothes and looking very smart, but inside, then we're just thinking all bad things. And, also if you want to say, eating dead animals, putting dead animals in our stomach and stuff like this. I mean, we smell the cooking and we can't think how people could even stay in the kitchen, what to speak of eat what's in that thing. But you see, this is the conditioning. And many of us, we would be eating that if we'd not come to Krishna consciousness. So there is some description too, that according to our desires, then we get the body. And between leaving this body and getting the next body, we go through some transformation. So we get to like the kind of food that's going to be coming to us in our next life. So in this life, we can say we've made some transition from thinking, possibly, that a dead pig tastes nice, to smelling a dead pig cooking, which we kind of do in Thailand on the street. And first of all, you think, what's that smell? Because we haven't smelt a dead pig cooking for a long time. Anyway, and then we wonder, what's that smell? And then we smell that pig. So then we think that in this life, we've changed our likes and dislikes from not clean to cleaner. But it is not just the eating, it is the thinking and the whole process that goes on inside us, from subtle to gross. And the grossest is the outside. So from subtle to gross, we want to be clean. But clean thinking is the most important. And Gaur-Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, for some time, he was staying in the latrine part of an ashram. But apparently, Gurudev said it was a disused latrine, but still, some of the public saying, why are you staying in this place? And Gaur-Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, this filth, I'd rather stay in this external filth than the filthy thoughts and conceptions of the Sahajiyas and the Mayavadis. So again, what is clean and what is dirty? When we have a Paramahamsa, they will look only on the internal side, and the external side, they may even, as in that case, find, okay, if I'm in somewhere dirty, then the regular people will stay away and I'll be able to chant peacefully. Not to be copied, but, a little reminder that there are different levels of cleanliness and how to see cleanliness.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's really clear and obvious, actually. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. My other question was, well, I don't know if it's a question, but just, I don't know, to share. And I took a friend to the temple, one of my housemates, like a Christian girl, very open, warm, friendly, and many times of tried to share prasadam, and we, she knows I go to the temple, I know she goes to church, and so I felt like I took her to Soho Street. She visited London for the first time, and anyway, she had the question about idols, which many people from a Christian background have. So I thought, okay, she would feel a bit like not comfortable and confused, and so I thought, okay, this is an important question. Yeah, thank you for asking that. I asked her how she felt, and I suppose I tried to explain that it's not idol worship, and it's a bona fide thing, and it's a deity worship, and And I suppose I just think I didn't explain well enough, because she, I don't know, didn't really accept the explanation, what I said. She quoted something on the Bible when some people made a golden something, and then Jesus said, don't do that. But I was saying, yeah, but this was their made up idol that they said, but this is something else that we have, which is like from the scriptures and a description of how to do it. And anyway, it was a sort of, and it wasn't accepted. And she's praying that I still find Jesus. And, it's quite, it's a kind of a comment that Christians have. And anyway, it's just, I felt sad that I couldn't explain properly, and hurt a bit that I shared the most precious thing in my life with this friend who, sorry for if it's too personal a story to share, but I don't know. I just maybe you can me some advice how to proceed, like mentally, and just I don't know. I just wanted to share this.
When you bring somebody to a temple, like just out of the cold and like fresh, as it were, at least you can mention to them that here you'll observe a different culture, a different outlook. And people travel. I mean, people travel all over the world, and they go to temples and different places of all kinds of things that we may not believe in. I mean, all sorts of places. I've been to a temple of left of things that have fallen off vehicles, and there's a temple that nobody will touch. If anything falls and is found on the road, on this whole stretch of road, they take it to this temple. But it's fine for those people who do it. And we're not really, I mean, even though I suppose we're judging a little bit now when we say it, but we're not really judging. We're just kind of happy to see, okay, this is what they're doing. We're not going to start trying to convert them. And anyway, that's a kind of a little bit of a bad example. But we definitely, when we travel the world and we're like inquisitive, we can go to all sorts of different cultures. So you can just say, here's a window into the Vedic culture. And then when they ask about deities, etc., if they're asking about the deity, they say, yes, those who have seen the Lord, then they have described his appearance, and then the deity, they make the deity of the Lord to show people here, the Lord, he can be worshipped in this way. But we don't have to get too involved with explaining too much, but rather say, well, just observe, see what they're doing. They're worshipping the Lord.
Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe Kumkum has an answer. She's probably answered this many times. Maybe she has a pocket answer in her pocket, which generally does the trick.
I tend to add to the devotees. Maharaj, hearing your explanation, not in my pocket, but I have found some remembrance of in my heart that I've heard from Srila Prabhupada and from Srila Guru Maharaj and from Srila Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas. And of course, when Prabhupada first came to America, this seemed like a foreign thing to us. And so this was also one of our first questions. And if we tried to explain to those friends and family who why we were taking up this different culture to find God, then it was not something they could understand, because that faith is mercy itself. And if it's not something they were seeking, then they didn't have that taste. And actually, my dear Didi, your answer to your friend, when they ask about the golden calf and how that was to be smashed, your answer is perfect. So what we understood is that the difference is the Lord says in all the Vedas, and this was delivered to us constantly, that his particular form And also all of the processes of being non-different, realizing that he is non-different from that form. So an idol means just that. It's an imitation, it's imaginary, but the process of worshiping him in the form of the deity is recommended for us in the Vedas, which we accept. And that acceptance by us is due to our Guru's grace. And so we are convinced, the more we are convinced and the stronger our faith becomes, the more the Lord may use us to those who are seeking also. And if they're not, then out of compassion, we're praying for them to receive compassion, true compassion, the depths of which astonishes us.
And you can ask them to accept what you see, which you can digest, and what you don't understand. Don't worry about it. But you see, the people are doing good things and they're searching for God. We are all searching for the Lord. This is
Yes.
also something we can say to our guests who come.
Yes.
But you
Search-
come, solid advice from you.
Mhm. I was just going to add that searching for faith, we are so extremely fortunate, because I was always impressed by people who say all you need is faith. And there are not many practices to help us develop that in the church. They're all just hearing that again and again, that you must have faith. And especially important things like what happens after death. So no philosophy, Srila Prabhupada said, faith without a religion without philosophy is merely sentiment. Philosophy without religion is mental speculation. So we are gaining that. And I'm so impressed how people can have strong faith in Lord Jesus without even having a more intellectual, something that's more appealing to an educated person or someone who has questions, when it's just given to us constantly. So we do, of course, hope that they will come. I think Maharaj's description of how to approach is just perfect, and you'll be very comfortable.
Thank you so much, Kulam Kumudiri Maharaj, for your grace and mercy.
And
Blessings
don't feel bad because that she didn't immediately start chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna and become vegetarian. You gave her your very good thought, your Vaishnava thought, and you gave her an introduction. So in the future, we never know where that goes. But it's our duty to worship Krishna, to chant his name, and to tell others about Krishna. So you did that duty nicely. And Soho Street Temple is the first temple I ever went to of the Hare Krishnas. I'd been to temple before.
Me too.
Soho Street Temple, yes. And I haven't been back since 1982. Just see, Hare Krishna. Oh dear, I'm a monster. Govinda, Govinda. Yes, any question from anybody? And by the way, we're happy to have Jude and Priya Bhakti with us from Australia. Jude, we met met over Zoom just a couple of days ago, and happily. Sincere, bright young man, sincere seeker. And we want to definitely encourage all sincere seekers, and we also want to encourage those who have been searching to keep searching, because you're looking in the right place and we're going along the right path. But sometimes we may not notice it, just like traveling across the ocean. you're just seeing the ocean day by day. And unless you see sometimes a lighthouse or something, then we don't know that we're really going anywhere very far. And someone's with Ashapurna. Who's with Ashapurna, Didi?
This is Sati Divi. She's actually from Africa. Wait, no, you're not from Africa, but she lived there for a long time.
Okay, welcome. Welcome to our little gathering. Hare Krishna.
Oh, he's saying welcome. Sorry. There we go.
It's welcoming you to our gathering. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Merry Christmas and Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to you also.
Govinda, Govinda. And it is the London Zoom, and near London, at least, we've got Saumya Sham Prabhu and Vijayananda Prabhu, and we've got also Audarya Leela Devidasi, who's there in Limerick. So Limerick is quite close to England. It's just across the water. Yes, Hare Krishna. Audarya Leela, a contribution from you. We saw Saumya Sham for a moment, then turned off the camera. Ah, yes, there.
Dandavats, Maharaj, and all devotees. Dandavats. Yeah, I'm happily in Limerick. We have so sweet chapter in Ireland of our family. Sweet chapter, you see, it's from London. It came to me from London. So yeah, here is so sweet, and to be with devotees is really valuable. It has sense. Well, what else? And like yesterday we had prasadam with devotees on Christmas Eve, and today we were like communicated with Yadu Gopal Prabhu. So it's just perfect Christmas ever. What else?
And soon to be our Christmas, if you like. Christmas is appearance of Jesus, but appearance of Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda after 3 days.
Wow.
And of course, we're all getting ready for that. And I hope you'll be able to stay there in Limerick and celebrate that day too.
Yeah, definitely, sure. Yes.
And Saumya Sham Prabhu is here with us too. Are you upstairs and he's downstairs, is it?
No, I'm at home at Madhusudan, Maharaj. So
you're
I'm in my own house. Yeah. So no, everything is very good. Everything is very nice and very sweet. So yeah, doing some preparations for the appearance day of Srila Govinda Maharaj, and we're actually going to visit London as well. We're going to the London Temple as well at the same time. So both things together.
Are you going to London on the 28th, on Thursday?
27th night, yes.
Oh, okay, well done. So, Swami Shambhu, who's going?
So Vijayananda and I, so just Vijayananda and myself, we're going, and yeah, so we've just been doing some preparations before we go, and then we'll go then as well. So yeah, so
Jadagopal Prabhu and the other devotees, Audarya Leela too, they'll all celebration there. Yeah,
they'll all have it. They will on Thursday. Yes, it'll be busy on Thursday. There'll be a nice few devotees coming for Thursday. Yeah.
All right, and we were very happy, by the way, to see the festivals that you've been holding there in Limerick with the devotees coming from all over. When our Vishaka went there, Subhasini.
Yes, we had a very beautiful weekend last weekend. Just Vishaka Didi and Subhasini came, and yeah, so we had Sharanagati. It was very, very nice. It was a very sweet weekend. We had a number of programs, and a really nice turnout from devotees came from everywhere around Limerick and Ireland, different parts. It was very, very nice. So it was great to have everybody come together, you know. So it's very sweet.
All right. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Saumya Shampoo, and to Vijayananda also there. And
Villa Govinda, and I see Indrani Didi as well. I think is in Villa Govinda at the moment. I saw this morning. Is she from yeah? So Dandavats, all the devotees there.
She is here, and she's here also like, very happily. And she's not speaking so much English, but she's speaking from heart to heart. So speaking and listening heart to heart.
Dandavats Maharaj, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Maharaj. And Vilasini Didi is there in London. She's in UK. We're searching for devotees in London because everyone's gone to see their mum and dad.
Dandavat Maharaj. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat all the devotees. It's so
Dandavat,
sweet.
and what is your news?
We have no news, just living day by day, slowly. But this is very interesting. Every time you come to hear for something and something is resonating. And it was really sweet what Ananda Swarupini explained, because we all had been in that position, like most of us who wasn't born to devotee families. We came at some point and we didn't just convert in one day. And this was quite a journey. And in a way, it was challenging. In a way, it was easy or difficult in some different steps. But we are where we are, and we are doing this together. And it's so sweet that we still can gather together, and this technology can bring us all together now. It's just amazing. So I really appreciate what I've heard today. So Dandavat, everyone. Thank you.
Very welcome. Is this dear Krishna Prabhu with you?
It is.
Yes, okay. Jai.
Jai Maharaj.
Everything going on steadily?
Same every day. Same, yeah.
Okay,
All good.
beautiful. And your motorbike is good?
As usual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bringing back my remembrance of Navadip of India and my youth. I'm still in youth, but I'm not riding a motorbike anymore. Good to see you both, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Dandavat Maharaj, thank you so much.
Dandavat, Dandavat.
Thank you.
And actually good to see you all, and Merry Christmas to you all, because it's a Merry Christmas. I mean, it's a happy kind of day. And by the way, here in Italy, all day, it's been so quiet here in Vilagovinda Ashram. And usually during the day, we can hear the road and the sound of traffic. And even, I mean, Sundays it's quieter, but there's always some sound of traffic. Today, it was so quiet, and even the leaves on the trees were not moving. It's just like a still day. So it felt special here, I can say that. And we've been outside today also. The whole, actually, Krishna Kanta, Munindra Mohan, Shanti Moy, Madhurananda Prabhu, and myself, and Jagannath Prabhu visiting from France for a month. We all walked up to Montevecchio, to the church, expecting it to be open. And Krishna Kanta said, let's go to Mass in the church. But it was closed on the top of the hill. But we did go up to the top, and then we came back in the sun a long way round. So we had a pilgrimage today to the church on the top of the hill. All right, dear devotees, and actually person by person, named by name, we're very happy to have you all with us. And Brajaram Didi, Abhiram Prabhu, Ranga Didi, Anu Krishna, Devidasi, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Doyal Gaur Prabhu, Nityananda, no, Nainananda Prabhu, Arjuna, Tungarasa, Sri Govinda Dham. Ah, yes, Sri Govinda Dham. So that's Jude and Priya Bhakta there. This is in Australia. And Subhasini Didi in Ireland also came. She's with us. And Kirtira Didi, we mentioned. Rupanuga Prabhu. Very good, mentioning to you now. And to Ashapurna we mentioned. If I missed anybody, please excuse. But a special mention too to Chaitanya Moy Devirasi for doing hard work for the translation to Brazilian, and for Braja Sundari Devirasi doing the hard work for translation into the Russian. And Narottam Nitai Prabhu here also. Oh, not doing any hard work. Okay, I see Braja Sundari, she's shaking her head, saying, no, I didn't translate to Russian. Who? Suresh Krishna. Oh, Suresh Krishna was doing translation. Suresh Krishna, please excuse. So Suresh Prabhu doing the translation to Russian. Very good. All right, dear devotees everywhere, we'll leave you to continue your Christmas day. Remembrance of Jesus' teachings and what has proceeded onwards in due course of time, presented by Mahaprabhu, the full-fledged Krishna consciousness with the whole foundation of loving the Lord, hallowed be thy name, the holy name, and thou shalt not kill, and all these things, the foundation of spiritual life, of Vaishnavism given to the world by Jesus. All glories to our wonderful, wonderful masters, Srila Gurudev, Om Vishnupad, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rockok, Sri Hadev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. And to Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki jai. All the assembled devotees ki jai. All the present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. And all the unlimited devotees everywhere ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Jai Shri Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna.